Greetings one and all, this is Rhythm Works and welcome to my channel. And today, as part of the Fight Night Champion Big Up series, I am honored to bring to you one of the young guns, one of the tough cats right now, the man with the master plan, the man with the pressure game. I would like to bring to you none other than Dave the Ripped One. Hey Dave, just make yourself known to the people across the world.
What is up, guys? It's Dave the Ripped One here, hanging out with your boy Rhythm Works. Doing an interview, gonna answer a few questions. Hope everybody's doing good. Keep posting, guys.
Well, it's an honor to have you here, sir, as part of the Fight Night community, keeping this whole thing alive. But I'm gonna ask some questions real quick, because I really don't want to cut into your fighting time. So, first question is, how did you get into the Fight Night series? And more importantly, which installment of the Fight Night series was you introduced to?
Well, I've always been a huge boxing fan, man. My whole family's been into it, so really the first boxing game I played was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. But the Fight Night installment I've been playing ever since Fight Night 2004.
Wow, so you're a real veteran of the game. I mean, for me, I was introduced from Fight Night Round 4, so I'm a relative newcomer to this thing. But I can see that there is a community of veterans that's been playing the game from day one when it was created. So, you know, enough respect to you. I mean, how did you get introduced to Fight Night Champion? Was it just a case where you just followed the series and you just basically just followed it on parallel terms and just got it when it came out?
Yeah, I really got big into the Fight Night series around round 3. And then when I saw the previews for round 4, I started drooling, man. I was so pumped for that. Went out and got it the first day it came out. And then I saw the previews for Fight Night Champion. It was just on from there.
Great. It was a great experience for me because, I mean, you know, even, you know, coming into the series pretty late, I mean, with round 4, it was like an experience for me. And with Fight Night Champion, it was even a bigger experience because for the first time I really felt like a part of a community because, you know, with the online demo that came out at that time when you just had the middleweight and the heavyweight divisions with Cotto and Pacquiao and Tyson and Muhammad Ali, as a person that used to fight heavyweights, I just naturally fell into the middleweight section. And you know, to see like 10,000 people, over 10,000 people playing the online demo was a hint of great things to come with the game. So, so when it first got announced. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So when you actually got the game, which kind of leads me to the second question, was what did you like most about the game?
Pretty much everything, man. Everything looked good. I liked the All-Around World Championship from round 4. They just kind of ran with the ball there. Champion mode was excellent. The fighters that they introduced, the head-to-head, that was great. Just the entire package, man. Yeah, that's what really got me into it.
Yeah, well, that's interesting to know, Dave. Let me ask you a question real quick because you seem to be a veteran of the Fight Night series. So, in previous efforts of the series, can you tell me what your stats were in the last Fight Night installment? In fact, well, any of the Fight Night installments, did you become world champion at any weight in particular? Please let us know your stats from them times.
I didn't really play the game long enough. It took me quite a while to get used to the switch from Fight Night Round 3 to Fight Night Round 4. And then by the time I got really good at it, Fight Night Champion came out, so that's when I made the switch to that. I have won several belts in Fight Night Champion on my other account. Some people might know me as Killshot 45 as well, and I won a couple championships on that name.
Okay, so really, you really put your swerve on in Champion when it basically came out then?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the whole game changed with Fight Night Champion.
Yeah, it really did. So you never really had no issues with the game, which is basically the next question. I mean, obviously we know that you like the game, you know, you like every aspect of the game, but can you tell the listeners and the viewers right now, what were your dislikes of the game? What were the sticking points of the game that, you know, that you couldn't really dig at? at all.
I feel like a lot of other people that I know, that after the first patch, the game was perfect. And then after that, people kept whining and complaining, and they ended up changing it so much that it was just such a different product than what it was when it first came out.
So let me understand this. Okay, so obviously the game had 3 patches. Okay, so was you happy with the game pre all of the patches or after a particular patch?
I think it was perfect after the first patch, and then they changed a few things. Mainly just the stamina system, to where these guys can just constantly spam straights and stuff like that, and they don't lose any stamina for that. That's what really gets me.
Okay, well, my next question to you is, there are obviously new guys on the scene in Fight Night, and obviously there are the veterans as well. Could you give us an insight as, through your gameplay of this particular installment of the series, who have you been keeping your eye on in terms of, competing with, and who actually gives you a run for your money in terms of, just basically giving you a hard game, as it were?
Fight Night's fun, as always. He's beat me several times. I've only managed to beat him once, so he's definitely an up-and-comer. Relapse, I've been keeping my eye on Dark Doser too. I plan on scheduling a fight with him, so yeah, man, just really everybody in the community just looks like really solid boxers. There's a lot of competition out there now, and of course you. I think your gameplay is pretty damn solid, so.
Well, thanks for that. I'm kind of like in the semi-retired league still, but I give enough props for that. I don't really play the game on a competitive level like you guys do now. I mean, before I did, but obviously with life and career and everything else in between, I don't really play the game as much. I mean, don't get me wrong though. I was banging heads. But but life kind of took over, and I had to basically prioritize things. But having said that, I'm watching the talent that's coming up right now, and obviously I'm more than aware of the veterans that are still kind of keeping the game alive. Some I do keep in touch with, some I don't for whatever reason. But I think with what I'm doing right now to kind of bring the community together, it's just a way of getting everyone prepared for the next installment of Fight Night, because now it's 2 years now since the game's been released, and I think obviously, or hopefully, the game will be a release title on the next generation of PS consoles. So I just felt to do something in order just to bring the community together, and just have us step into the next level together as a family, as it were, and just kind of keep the whole Fight Night thing alive. So that's where the Big Up series basically came in. So in asking my next question in relation to the game and to the series, I mean, considering the fact that console, the size of the console, the specs of the next generation console is no object, they can basically do whatever you want to do to the next installment of Fight Night. What would you like to see implemented in that?
Actually, Doc Doser, he brought up a pretty cool thing that would be actually pretty cool, with the virtual boxing thing, how they have the Wii controllers where they can capture your movement. I think that would be pretty awesome. And most importantly, just a better tag team. I don't know about you, but I had my fair share of disconnects and problems with the EA server and stuff like that. If they could produce a video game that doesn't cause their system to randomly crash the points, that'd be great.
And my final question to you is there any way of people to get in contact with you, social networking and all that kind of stuff? What links can they basically utilize to link up with you and be a part of the Fight Night community?
Well, my name is on the screen there, davedaripped1. They can get to me on PSN. Skillshot45 is my other account. And my YouTube, man, davedaripped1, but instead of the 1 being a number, it's spelled out to the word. And shout out to everybody in the Fight Night community. And thank you for doing this, man. I think this series is really cool, and I appreciate you giving me your time to get my opinion out there.
You're more than welcome. I mean, you know, I love gaming. I love gaming, and you know, I got to give props to Fight Night, because Fight Night was really the game that warmed up my PS3, because it laid there cold for quite a while. You know, I wasn't really interested in gaming as such, but when Fight Night Round 4 came out, that was the only game that I played, and then in turn champion. So, you know, it's just one of the ways of just bringing something back and building up the community, because, you know, whether you've been in the community for a week, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 15 years, it doesn't matter. We're still part of the same family. So, you know, it's just my way of kind of bringing, you know, certain elements and people together and bring up, you know, a nice level vibe throughout the community as well. So I appreciate your thanks for me for doing this, and, you know, mutually I appreciate your time that you've taken out to just answer a few questions in relation to Fight Nights, the game, and the community that's involved. So, Dave the Rip One, I will not hold you any further. Keep on knocking heads, and I hope to meet you in the ring. And like I say to everyone else, if I meet you in the ring, please don't hurt me too hard, 'cause I know you got an insane pressure game. I got to tell you that, for real.
I appreciate that, man. And I think we'll have a good fight, man.
Absolutely.
You're a pretty solid boxer as well, so I'm looking forward to that, man.
Thank you very much, Dave, and have a good one, man. And we hope to link up very soon, yeah?
You too, brother.
All right, peace.
Peace.